help. They keep asking how I'm winning with the card that I was dealt. Boy, I work hard for the seat and I ain't buckling my belt. Call my brother on the phone, he said, broski, you a star. I said, brother, hold it down, soon we'll all be living large. And it's crazy how last year was on my garage. Now I'm in a good position for this life, can't sabotage. I ain't folding under pressure, I ain't switching for no. I ain't talking to no cop and I ain't telling on my bros. Ain't no but don't push me, fingers itching on that. Plotting on my come up, gotta watch stay at my nose. Long nights I just to hit the studio. Now I'm eating steak and shrimp, I ain't eating sloppy Joe. Looking to the mirror, flexing now and in his glow. Bust off like a welcome to the rodeo. I got tattoos on my face, I use that as motivation. I can never get a job, so for my dream I'm dedicated. For a second, lost myself, I was too busy getting now they see me out in public and be knowing what my name is. All these rappers want the clout and the life of being famous. I just wanna be stable, tell my family we made it. I was coming for my spot, a young had to be patient. Now I'm running up, these bands can hit the
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the heart of Texas and the very wonderful AT&T Stadium in Arlington. A moment ago, here was the scene with the Cowboys emerging from their tunnel. It was loud. It's still loud. We're ready for football as the Cowboys get set to match up with the Atlanta Falcons. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Here's the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know, you know better than I, he has the ability to take over a game. So what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, there's nothing but room to run.
Now they face a second and long following the holding penalty. After the penalty, it's Elliott. And he'll lose yardage on this one back to the 13. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up third down.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Now the throw on third down, knocked away and incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on third down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a fourth down decision.
Fielded at about the 28. A good return there, 17 yards. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. Ryan will bring the Falcons up now 1st and 10 at their own 44. Now it's Ryan. This one complete to Mohamed Sanu. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-armed guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
Throw right side, caught by Ridley. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. That one goes for 24 yards.
Let's go.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
Ready. Back 25. 54,
The former Indiana Hoosier here, Tevin Coleman. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge. 2
big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit them, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. This is Coleman. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Tevin Coleman, a 9-yard touchdown run. And the Falcons have taken the early lead. And they're able to run it in. It started with a battle in the trenches. They won there, and they got in for 6 points.
And that's going to be a tough one for the defense to deal with. They've got to go to the bench now and figure out how are we going to slow down this running game, because on that particular play, they had no answer.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards, as he'll get this only back to the 20. So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. They'll start the drive with Elliott. And he'll get only a couple up to the 22. Elliott, the leading rusher for the 2nd time in his 3 NFL seasons, 1,434 yards, more than 100 better than 2nd-place Saquon Barkley.
And the offense runs through Ezekiel Elliott in Dallas. He makes them go. And how about how he added to his pass catching this year? His numbers jumped up in a big way. So when Dak Prescott didn't have something downfield, he just dumped it out into the flat to number 21.
On 2nd down, Elliott. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. Good work to pick up 7 yards there. That gets him into a 3rd and 1 situation.
Here we go, 46. Here we go, 48. Here we go, 46, 46. 46.
Now Prescott. A dump off to Elliott. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th.
Well, the good thing about covering any game I do with you is I know that there's no problem with rhythm. Now, what we're watching offensively, a little bit of a problem there.
Yeah, punt on the first drive, looking at another one here. Just a little slow. You know, they were talking about a fast start, but that hasn't been the case.
Yeah, and let's face it, any team we cover always talks about a fast start.
That's true.
But it's not necessarily going to happen just because they say so. And whether it's the script, whether it's, just what they're going through, whether they're seeing different defenses, they're going to have to figure it out as this game moves on.
They'll be brought down at the 21 after a pickup of 4.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down, a very solid gain on that play.
Here's Coleman, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
Well, good field position to start the drive, but under the gun now here on 3rd and 8. From the shotgun, Ryan. He's got Sanu. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him,
and he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Tevin Coleman with his 2nd touchdown in this opening quarter. And the Falcons will extend their lead. Bryant's extra point up and good. Alongside Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin, it's the Falcons in possession to begin quarter number 2. As we'll see one following the score on the final play before break. Here's Bosher to kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27. Okay, partner, got to fit in some Super Bowl chatter here. We're going to have New England and the L.A. Rams, 2 teams that had to go on the road and win their respective conference titles.
And think about this. The Patriots, who went to 8 straight AFC championship games, back in the Super Bowl yet again, yet they believe they're the underdogs and feel like the whole world is against them. How did they get to adopt that posture? But it's working for them.
And remember, by the way, the Patriots, their first Super Bowl win was against the Rams back in their St. Louis days.
So a lot has changed for the Rams since then. And the Patriots, consistently the most successful team in the NFL. This is going to be fun.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. A first down carry by Elliott. And he'll muscle his way up to the 43 for a pickup of right around 5.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense, because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
A second down throw for Prescott. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass.
Gun. Switch and 26.
To throw is Prescott. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Casey. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops. With that ball hitting the ground, let's take a spin around the league real quick. Last week we discussed the head coaching vacancies. There were 8 of them. Well, a lot of those places have already found new coaches, Charles. Some old faces in new places. Bruce Arians in Tampa Bay. Adam Gase staying in the AFC East, jumping from Miami to the Jets. And how about some of the new fellas?
Yeah, how about Cliff Kingsbury? He went to USC to be the offensive coordinator after losing his job at Texas Tech.
A battle for it, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Jalen Smith. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 37.
Get out. Here we go, 46.
They start on the ground with Elliott. First play of the drive going for 14 and also going for a 1st down.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. They keep on the ground with Elliott. And a pretty big hole as he's down to about the 40. Just what you want on a 1st down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2.
I know the toss play begins with the guy taking the snap and turn around and tossing it to the runner. But where the real intrigue is, can they seal the edge, whether it's an offensive tackle or a tight end, in the direction they want to run the football? If they do that, that's the result that you get, that type of a gain. If they don't, oftentimes it's not a very successful play.
Now Prescott. On the move to his left. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Elliott. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 17 yards on the pickup there, and the drive will continue.
On any given pass play, you never know exactly where your exit points are going to be. On this play, he was flushed to his left, still on the run, able to accurately throw the football for a nice 1st down.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Prescott looks to throw on 1st. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete.
Get out. Here we go, 46.
A 2nd down throw for Prescott. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Robert Alford. And he will take it out to the 25-yard line. And by the way, need to pass along a reminder that our ladder for the Madden Challenge tournament is still open in MUT Drafts until February 11th. And the prize pool for the Madden Challenge, folks, $190,000.
And who wouldn't want to participate in something where you could get a piece of $190,000?
That's what I'm wondering.
Get in, get it done. Let's have some fun.
Jalen Smith, the Notre Dame man, in on the tackle. Two minutes to play here in the 1st half. We're back to Arlington right after this timeout. They had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. On 2nd down, here's Ryan. He's going to look deep down the field. Looking for Jones, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 34. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
So good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10.
Go, go, go. Get out there, get out there.
Prescott now after the fumble recovery. He'll let it fly for Austin. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
This defense is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. He came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
On 2nd down, Prescott again. That's complete. The former basketball star, Rico Gathers. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. And a nice gain of 21 yards. The give to Elliott. And he'll be brought down just outside of the 30. A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2. Well, we know he's an electric runner. Earlier this half, you were wondering how they were going to bottle him up at different levels. That was your suggestion. Some mixed results.
Yeah, certainly, because we have seen him bottled up at times. We've seen him play him very well. We've also seen him pop the cork a few times and get out of there, haven't we?
We have indeed. 10th carry now for Elliott. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
And that's exactly what you want on a 1st down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
Here we go, 47.
2nd down, Prescott. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott from 6 yards away. And the Cowboys have cut it to within a score. Point after, right down the middle. And that'll make our score 14-7. This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. For the Falcons, Charles, we talked all year about the injuries that they had in 2018, and you kind of touched on it earlier, too. It's hard to get around them, though, when you look back at this past year. So they go to 7-9, and I know that that's not what they wanted, but with all the injuries, is that okay?
It would be if you didn't think you were going to the Super Bowl. You know, if you didn't think you had a chance at that, and they did going into the season. But when you lose your starting safeties in Ricardo Allen and Keanu Neal, your middle linebacker Deion Jones for a long stretch of time, you end up starting 1-4. Then in the second half of the season, you have a 5-game losing streak. 7-9 is actually better than I thought that they were finishing because of those 2 long losing streaks.
Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete. So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3.
Got it. Back 25. 20. Here we go.
They run the play fake to Coleman. Now Ryan. Escaping the pressure right. Looking downfield. This is caught inside the 15. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the 2nd quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. And Bryant's kick is good. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff Spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. They begin the drive with Coleman. He finds an opening past the 40 as they finally wrangle him in at the 48. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first.
Sometimes those lines that are drawn on a grease board or in a playbook, they come to life out on the field, don't they? And we just saw that on that outside handoff to the right.
That right tackle, he gets excited for that call, doesn't he?
He does, because he just wants to dominate his guy and say, listen, I was the point of attack. I took care of business. That's why you're able to get downfield and add all those yards to your total.
Yeah, really nice gain there. 12 yards there as they move the chains.
One of the advantages of zone defense, as I remember it, is being able to see the play develop in front of you. One of the disadvantages, when they find those levels where they can hit you with it. Sometimes behind the corner and in front of the safety, it makes it tough to defend.
Coleman, and he'll be stopped up quickly here at the 38. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On 2nd down, Ryan. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. And he's going to get this inside the 30. A nice pick up there, 10 yards, and it'll move the sticks. Coleman now. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well. A lot to praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive.
Let's go.
Right back to him on first down. And he'll take this one down near the 15. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Third quarter, and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Here's Coleman on the toss. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Here's play number 7 on the drive. This is 3rd and 7. They'll toss it to Coleman. And here he'll get it down to the 7. It's good for a gain of 7, but still a few inches short here with 4th down coming up.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. They'll run it with Coleman. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Tevin Coleman taking it in from 7 yards away. And the Falcons will add on to their lead.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical. That's one of the words you've taught me. And they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the 3rd quarter.
Not only pulling away, but you mentioned that slowly but surely. You also drain clock, too, with a drive like that. So you really give yourself an advantage.
And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or 2 shy of the 30. The Cowboys offense now, they head out for their first possession of the 2nd half. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. It's a 6-yard pickup, but it gets him to 2nd and 4.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here. And if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
And he got blown up, losing yardage on the play back at the 44. It's a loss of 5 there, bringing up 2nd.
And on this play, the read for the quarterback was the defensive end, and he was totally focused on the quarterback. He should have given it off inside to the running back. Instead, he kept it and ended up taking a loss on the play.
That'll wind up going for a loss of 4. Prescott, and they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Oh, that's got to frustrate him a little bit because they nearly got to him there, and it would have been the first sack of the game. Instead, they're able to influence the release, and they did force the incomplete pass.
Still just the 3rd quarter, but they've got to make something happen. I think they know that. They're going for it on 4th. They're indeed going for it. It's Prescott. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. This is caught inside the 15. And he takes this thing way down into Atlanta territory. 4th down conversion plays, you usually think 1, 2, 3 yards, maybe 10. Not there. What a huge pickup as the Sticks make a drastic shift forward. They'll set up the screen to Elliott. And he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. Back now in Arlington. It's the Cowboys in possession of the football, but they trail here as we begin the 4th quarter of play.
Let's go, get out. Here we go, 46. Switch, hey. Here we go, 46.
To the air again, Prescott. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked up by DeMonte Casey. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
After the interception, here's Ryan. Rolling to his right, and that is incomplete here.
What's the old adage? Be quick, but don't hurry. Well, that went right out the window there. He was hurried, harassed. That ball had to be gotten rid of, otherwise he was going to get sacked.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Ryan. He's going to let this one go deep. And got his man complete. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. That one goes for 36 yards.
Hey, let's go.
The big play has him all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10. They go play action here on 1st down. And finding the tight end Hooper. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
Gun. Ready, ready.
Throwing again, Ryan. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
It's always tough trying to keep your guy upright when he's trying to throw the football. When you're dealing with those big, bad guys on the defensive front, it's even tougher. And this time, those guys on the opposite side won the battle, getting to the quarterback and knocking him into an incompletion.
Getting it out left side to Sanu. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line.
Hey, let's go.
That one good for 16, and the drive will continue. Ryan now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. Ryan going underneath. It's Coleman. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. 11 more on that one, and another first down.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomped down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football. And he'll at least get him inside the red zone here, down to about the 19. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now. They will run again with Coleman. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Tevin Coleman scampering home from 19 yards out. And the Falcons will extend their lead. And let's not forget he had the receiving touchdown earlier. Now a trio of rushing touchdowns. Quite a performance.
Diversification, that's all you can talk about. His ability to do everything leaves him on the field on every down on offense because you can hand it to him as we've seen. Would you say 3 rushing touchdowns? And, of course, throw it to him where he's caught 1 as well.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. Now the Cowboys offense heads back onto the field. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because their confidence has to be shaken a little bit. And you just wonder, is the backup going to start to warm up a little bit over on the sideline?
And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. They play fake to Elliott. Now Prescott. Letting one fly deep for Cooper. And he's unable to grab it. Thought he might have had position, couldn't hold on, 3rd down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man on man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. It'll be a loss of 1, and it'll be 4th down.
46.
They'll run it with Elliott. And he's going to have the first down, yardage to the 35. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. Time for a break. Back to finish it off on EA Sports after this.
26.
First down, Prescott. And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes. Vic Beasley in there to make the sack. He buries him for a loss of 10. Prescott now on 2nd down. And that one almost intercepted. Far too loose with the football here. Nearly a 4th pick. And it's 3rd down. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden the secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
Throwing right, and that's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A gain of 26 on the 3rd down conversion. Here's Prescott. And he's going to be grabbed and pulled down. Tack McKinley in there to make the sack. He buries him for a loss of 10.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. Eluding the pressure right. He's going to let it fly. And this is going to be intercepted. It's Desmond Trufant. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. They set themselves behind the chains, tried to get it all back in one play, and it backfired.
Didn't it feel like a pitcher working his way into a 3-0 count, right? You're behind. What do your coaches always tell you? Get it back one pitch at a time. In this case, they tried to get it back right away, and it didn't work out.
They still can't get it. Looking right sideline, but it's incomplete.
No grounding call there. He had a receiver near the right sideline. It was pretty clear there. He just needed to get rid of that one.
And he did have a receiver in the area, but initially my view was obstructed, and I thought that was going to be grounding, but clearly the correct call made, and that is no call.
Is that why you threw your play sheet down? Is that why you did it? Was that the flag?
You can't be giving me up. I got a lot of issues up here in the booth. Now it's Ryan. They'll roll him out right. He's going to let this go. And the defense loses him. It's complete. And he will finally be taken down, but not before he reaches the 38. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10.
Gun!
Oh, look at this. Ryan's going to throw it. And he will find Ridley on the left side. The Falcons going to use the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on 1st and goal. To throw again is Ryan. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete. And before this second down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout. That'll be their 3rd and final stoppage here as we step aside. They go play action now. Ryan. That'll be incomplete as the clock will stop with 14 seconds remaining. It was the safety, Darian Thompson, that time who was able to break it up.
All right, Captain. It's batten down the hatches time defensively. Dodged 2 pass attempts to the end zone. Now what do you think they're going to try and dial up on 3rd and goal?
Well, knowing them and knowing what we just seen, I think they're throwing it again, don't you?
I think you have to. I think in this situation, you kind of run out of your running plays, fire another one into the end zone.
Now yet another incompletion here as they fail to connect on 3rd.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
And I guess not content to get another 3 here late. They'll try to add 6 more as they go on 4th and goal. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Let it run, and it's picked. And to the 12. That's where it stops. The return is halted at the 12-yard line.
Offensively, when you see cover 2, the thought has to go through the quarterback's head. Drive the football when making throws. It's not just the deep guys covering. It's the guys underneath you have to be careful of. Drive your throw. Otherwise, you see what results? Interceptions.
One last shot now for Prescott. Now a desperation throw deep down. He's got a man complete. And they work this well upfield.